on arts, culture, and heritage, recommendations and advocates for the sharing of resources and administrative functions. We will then also have deliberations thereafter, and on the agenda also is the consideration and adoption of the first term committee program. By then, those who are not involved in the committee and those who are not involved with the program, they are then also welcome to leave this meeting. With that said, honorable members, may I ask a proposal and a seconder for the agenda? I can't see hands. Feel free just to speak.
I don't have a hand, but I'll propose.
Thank you, Honorable Potgieter. What happened to your hands?
I don't know, it disappeared yesterday, Chairperson, and I can't find them.
Honorable Mutambu.
Thank you, Chair. I so move that we adopt as a second.
Thank you so much. May I ask the Portfolio Secretary to announce to us whether there is any apologies for today's meeting?
Excuse me, Chair. Good morning, members. Are you able to hear me, Chair?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Chair, as a matter of procedure, Chair, Uma Mutambi, we do have the 4 members representing her party. She's an alternate member. Therefore, in this meeting, she cannot vote, Chair, or adopt. We do have the other members that she is members of.
Thank you for that, Portfolio Secretary, Honorable Monatani. Please unmute, Honorable Monatani.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, honorable members. Good morning, everyone who's on the platform, Chair. I will support the adoption of the agenda.
Thank you so much, Honorable Monatani. Is there any apologies? Let me first request the Portfolio Secretary to make those apologies known. Then I will ask honorable members to have a word if there's any apologies from their side.
Good morning again, Chair. Yes, Chair, we do have an apology that was submitted by the department. The minister will not be attending as he's in a cabinet meeting that started at 9 a.m. We also have an apology from the Public Service Commission, who were invited to attend and observe the meeting. They have indicated they won't be available to attend today, Chair. Those are the apologies. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Daniels.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, Chairperson. All protocol observed. From my side, Honorable Chairperson, I would like the indulgence of yourself and the committee. I have to tender an apology for today. I will not be in the meeting for long due to party commitments. In the main, Ward 16 George by-election, I've been deployed to go and work there. We won the last elections 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We're going to win this one.
So, Daniels, we take note of the apology.
Thank you so much, Chairperson.
We will sometimes make time for announcements if members agree to that. Honorable
Chairperson, can I also register my apology that I will not be long in the meeting because I am traveling?
Is that the Deputy Minister? Noted, Deputy Minister, welcome.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kobani.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be having another meeting by 12 o'clock, but as soon as I finish, I'll join again.
Thank you for that.
Chair, sorry, I don't have a hand if I can raise mine.
Honorable Potgieter.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to get clarity with regards to the Minister's absence. I did write to you in October requesting this particular meeting because we had the board or the adjudication panel before us and we had the Deputy Minister there. And it was very clear from that the minister was the only person that could answer our questions in relation to the MGE issue. So if we could get clarity, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Potgieter, I hear you, as you are aware that on several occasions that we have cancelled the meetings due to the unavailability of the minister. And if I heard the portfolio secretary right, that the apology is due to a cabinet meeting. And I am also aware when it comes to cabinet meetings that most, if not all, the ministers prioritize these kind of meetings. I'm not too sure whether the deputy will speak to that. TM?
I'm here, Chairperson. I am here with the department. Of course, we are in a position to
Yes,
present.
that's fine. We will hear from members now in terms of the request by Honorable Potgieter on the availability of the minister with particular reference to the last decision that we took. I see Steve Mutale. You wanted to say something? Please unmute.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members, and good morning to the department and other officials present here. From our side as the panel, we have two apologies. Ms. Sharpnam Peterson won't be present, and Mr. Francisco Tejada. So out of the 6 panel members, there are 4 that are in attendance. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, Mr. Mutale, thank you for that. I just want to respond to that very crisp. The previous meeting, everyone was absent. And I think we had 2 or 3 panel members present. Is there any reasons been tabled, and you've been the chair at the time, with all the developments and us dealing with such a huge chunk of money? Is that acceptable to you that they are absent?
Chair, may I remind you humbly that there were 3 meetings that were scheduled with this panel, and all of them were cancelled at the 11th hour from your side. So on 3 occasions, these people have been there, but then at the 11th hour, those meetings have been cancelled. So the meeting that was scheduled for today, I was informed by the 2 members that it's beyond circumstances, it's due to circumstances beyond their control.
Noted, Mr. Mutale, but may I put on record that the meetings was cancelled not because of this portfolio committee, but because of the unavailability of the minister. And as a matter of fact, once you take cognizance that engagements of this nature, it's important, and the fact that we've never met with them, with the, if I may use the word, crisis that we have within the sectors. So it is for me unacceptable that they are not present here. And I'm again going to ask Mr. Mutale, is there any specific reason been given to you?
Yes, Chair. With Mr. Tejada, he's starting a new job today. And then Ms. Peterson is unwell. But the other thing that I need to bring to your attention, Chair, the term of office of this committee has expired. I wonder as to whether the portfolio committee is aware. So
we are fully aware. We are
Okay.
fully aware, but I must remember you, Mr. Mutale, that you have dealt with millions of rands, and this portfolio committee do have the right to call you in, whether you have been disbanded, whether you are expired. We can call anyone in to come and report on issues. So, and if members, any member in public or any committee, in this particular case, anyone resist to attend this kind of meetings, we are in a position to summons them, because we are the watchdog of Parliament as well as the community when it comes to issues of this, and we want answers that we did not get in our previous meeting. The Honorable Mahato.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I just want to go back to Potgieter, Honorable Potgieter, talking about the minister. Chair, if the minister is not present, things are not going well. So I don't know how are we going to tackle most of our things, because we can see that we have got many challenges. They need the minister. How are we going to ask the questions if the minister is not there? Thank you very much.
Honorable Mukhato, we have a very hectic program, but there has been responses by the department on some of the issues. But I would suggest, as the chairperson of this committee, that we proceed with this meeting, and we will perhaps then just stage another opportunity for the minister to give answers to what we would like to know pertaining to this. Honorable Daniels.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, I think on this, the last question raised about the minister's absence, the DM is in the meeting. The DM, if my memory serves me well, just said that they are ready to respond. So I don't think we must undervalue the presence of the DM in this meeting based on the response the DM gave us just now when she was asked about presence in the meeting and readiness for this meeting, Chairperson. So whether the minister is here or not, let's cross the bridge when we get there. The DM will give us guidance whether something must be referred to the minister. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Daniels, may I just also put it on record that we have opened up 3, 4, 5 opportunities for the minister to come and report on a particular issue. This committee must close these reports with recommendations. And there is just no way that we will be able to close this report with the minister absent. Members, I think let us proceed with this meeting. We have requested the department to send some of the issues. They have. And as I'm sitting here today, I am fully aware that amongst us are those that asking questions, why are we meeting today again, given the fact that reports has already been submitted. But let me be clear today. Today's gathering is not a repetition, not at all. Nor is it an exercise in bureaucracy. It is a continuation of accountability. And I want to state it very clear, a continuation of accountability and an issue that we need to stop. Reports are valuable. I want to say to the department, reports are valuable, but they are not the end of this particular matter. They are the beginning of this dialogue with the problem that we have in this sector. We meet again because written submissions cannot be replaced direct engagement. They cannot answer the questions that remain by these members. Nor can they resolve the confusion that persists in the sector. Our responsibility is not only to receive reports, but to interrogate them. And I want to make that very clear to the department and the portfolio secretaries. Whenever we are going to get reports from the department, these committee members must have an opportunity to interrogate those reports, to clarify them, and to make sure that the voices of our practitioners are heard in person. Remember that we had a problem in the past whereby the department and the minister felt that we cannot call in the cultural and creative industry. The speaker rules against that. And I must also emphasize that a year ago, the department had a meeting with the cultural and creative industry. A year ago, a year later, they sat in front of us with the very same issues. That's why we will not let loose this particular issue as the portfolio committee. This meeting is therefore symbolic of our commitment that we will not allow uncertainty to linger in this department, that we will not leave concerns unaddressed, and that we will not compromise the principles of transparency and fairness and accountability. Now, the principles of accountability, fairness, and transparency is for the minister to be present in this meeting, is for the panel to be present. The panel for 9 months have received almost R1 million, 800,000 rand for their job, and they are not, most of them are not present to report. And that is public money that has been paid. The reports that has been sent to us, the panels has received lucrative. If you look at that report, they have drawn 13,000, 20,000, 14,000, 40,000, 20,000, 13,000 for those sittings. And today, some of them are not willing to meet with us. So that transparency is going to happen. The members that is present in this meeting asked pivotal questions the previous time. And that's why they want the minister to come and explain the process of how this panel has been put together. We've been told that it is the prerogative of the minister, but I'm going to take this department on later for a submission to the minister to say, please vet these numbers. So we want clarity who appoint the panel members and what was the criteria. So, honorable members, we meet because of this accountability, and it's not an act. This is not an act, it's a process. Today we continue with that process seriously. Members have asked questions regarding the panel, as I've said. We have met in September last year. We wanted to meet in December. We received letters of apologies where we as a committee has given that opportunity. This meeting is now being held virtually, but we also, like I said, understand if the minister have given priority to the cabinet, that's fine. But as the chairperson, I'm saying on behalf of this committee that the minister must come to this meeting. Among the issues that has been discussed was the framework, was the standards with governance issues pertaining to the treasury, and also the beneficiaries of the MGE who was excluded. These issues needs to be addressed, and we need to get clarity on that. Artists are often left in the dark about the outcomes of their applications, timelines, and appeals. And that's why, Mr. Mutale, we want you here to come and speak to those appeals, to come and speak to those roles and those responsibility and what role you have played, as well as the appeal committee, and in a transparent manner. This is necessary because open calls are largely the only lifeline available to the artists. In addition, transparency guarantees fairness, which is an essential element of our democracy architecture. So, honorable members, with that said, I am going to declare this meeting open, and I'm going to give the department an opportunity to respond to some of the issues, and I'm also going to give members the opportunity to ask questions, interrogate, and engage with the report that has been sent to us last year, September. There was a very, very a thick document that has been sent to us, and I want members to engage on that document, on what has transpired and those responses. I'm now giving over to the Department of Sports, Arts and
Chair.
Culture. Who's that?
It's Honorable Potgieter. I just wanted to note my hand, please, before you go to the department.
Honorable Potgieter.
Thank you, Chair. I would just like clarity if possible, Chair, because I can't make this point enough. The Deputy Minister and the department were at the previous meeting that we had on this. We received these presentations, we got all the information from them. But if you remember very clearly, both the DG and the Deputy Minister advised that the Minister was solely responsible for the appointment of this panel. The Minister himself responded to questions to Parliament in the negative when asked whether or not he had made appointments within boards or adjudication panels of political or active political members in his party. He answered no. He was not aware of any political members in his party being appointed to these panels. That's the first one. When we did written up questions or follow-up questions to him, his response is that the process was fair and that their CVs tell us the story. And then further responses basically stated that he'd already explained himself. I'm sure, Chairperson, you can understand our frustration. There is almost R1 billion in festival funding that has been defunded by the Minister. These particular festivals were told to apply to the NGE panel. And I have it on very good authority that most, if not all of their applications were never even opened. They provided links to the panel themselves and nobody opened them. So I'm trying to understand why these particular applications were rejected. There are questions surrounding the appointments, the particular process where we asked for, proof of advertisement, what the criteria were, and these answers have not been given. I'm finishing up, Chair, but I do need to get this across because the Minister is the only person that can give us these responses. And to be honest, if the department can confirm right now that they were able to respond on that, then perhaps we can go ahead. But I'm trying to understand what they can give us past what they told us last time. Thank you.
No, the department will not be able to respond to that. But I'll have a later input. The Honorable Khabo.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me also start by passing my greetings to members on the platform, including the administration of the department and the MGE. Chairperson, with all due respect, I'm not sure what is it that you want us to achieve out of this meeting. Firstly, let us maybe remind you, I'm not sure what is it that the Deputy Minister is going to respond on, unless he has forgotten that in the last meeting she has told us that she was not involved in any of the process that involves the appointment of the adjudicators. I'm raising this because in the last meeting we had asked the process that led to the appointment of these adjudicators. And we had asked that question precisely because of issues that were raised by the creative sector in relation to companies that has benefited from this process, in relation to the transparency of this process. And it is for that reason, Honorable Chairperson, I'm asking you, what is it that you are expecting us to achieve out of this meeting? We have even went to an extent of writing the Minister letters seeking clarity on the appointment of adjudicators, on the qualification and the process. If we were to read the response of the Minister into this meeting, you will be extremely embarrassed. From one sitting, the Minister does not want to be held accountable, because every time you ask the Minister of any transparent process that he has followed, he will tell you that he has used his powers. But these powers have balance and checks, Chairperson. So I'm asking you with all due respect, what is it that you want us to achieve out of this meeting? Yes, interrogating the report, we are more than ready to interrogate the report. We have always interrogated the report. But there's nothing irritating like asking a question, a simple, straightforward question, then you are told that the person who must respond to that question is not in this meeting. So it is for that reason, what is it that we are going to achieve? Because we are sitting with a panel of adjudicators who are appointed by the Minister, and most of them, if not half of that panel, is not even present in this meeting. What is it that you expect us to do or achieve out of this meeting? With all due respect, Chairperson, let us not wait.
Thank you, Honorable Khabo. Let me respond in this fashion and put everyone on track, because this meeting is going to be fruitful. I can assure you, I'm going to make this meeting fruitful with the absence of the Minister and another opportunity for the Minister on the questions that we have. Now, we have asked a marathon of questions, and I must congratulate the department for their crisp responses in those responses. I went through every single little page, every single little CV that has been sent to us. Now, we ask for appointment letters, right? We ask CVs. We ask a breakdown of successful MGE projects. We asked the MGE projects, we asked the appeals committee, we asked minutes of the meeting, we've asked the terms of reference. We have that. All of us members have that, and I want them to speak to that. Unless we are going to, with the presentation that the department has, they must open this email or and take us through those issues so that we can respond. We asked the resolutions that has been taken by the MGE and all of that. Now I'm going to say to you a few, Honorable Khabo. In some of those responses, people has been asked on their political affiliations. There's nothing mentioned in there. We have the what is it called? The review. There's numerous issues that the department will respond. The CVs is in this. The CVs is in this presentation. The panel members is present. We will ask all of them questions. We will leave the questions on the process and how this process has been done as far as the appointment is concerned. So there is a presentation in front of us. We are going to deal with it. And then I'm also going to ask, if the department is not in a position, I'm going to ask the portfolio secretary to raise those issues. Terms of reference, yeah, that is the word that I was looking for. There was a terms of reference, and we will, as members, will see whether the panel has acted within their terms of references. And one thing that I can remember, because of the concern raised by the cultural industry, because of those concerns raised, we also asked that minutes. That minutes has been sent. And I can tell you in all of those minutes and in some of these things are numerous flaws. And I hope, and I would like to believe that members have read through those reports, because that is the opportunity that we are also creating now to interrogate that report being sent. Honorable Mataung. Please unmute, Honorable Mataung.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you much, Chair, and greetings to members and members of the DSAC and the MGE. Chairperson, I think we started this meeting at the wrong foot. Remember, I even suggested that if only we could have our own meeting first as the committee, so that we'll be able to table some of the other issues that are being brought forward to say, is it necessary to bring back MGE? And if yes, is possible, is necessary, what sort of things that we need to do, in that regards? Because of now, we'll be bringing all these entities coming forward, and we're still going to have one of the same problems without the committee itself sitting down and discussing about all the entities that we need to bring forward so that we can even scrutinize them, to that extent. For this issue of MGE, we met with them on the 5th of September, which was last year. And looking at the presentation is almost the same. Nothing has changed. So in the whole thing like this, it's for me, is like we're going back and forth, So if we can have our own strategic meeting first as a committee, then we sit down, then we discuss even about the entities that we want to bring on board. There are a lot of things that we can do, especially whenever it comes to your SAFA and everyone, So I think, Chair, let's also consider that thing, that to say, let's meet first as a committee first before we call all the entities to come on board. I submit.
Yeah, I don't know, Honorable Mataung, on which meeting you've been before, the previous one. Let me explain. We ask for information. You have that information. Are you saying to me that you can't ask questions on that information? We have two options here. There's two members. As I noted your hands. There's two options here. Is to proceed with the meeting in the absence of the minister with all the relevant information that has been sent to us. That is the first thing. The second option is to stop this meeting, but we have now asked the minister several times. I also am tempted to say that we must now summons the minister, but I think it will be unfair summoning the minister amid the fact that he has indicated that he has a cabinet meeting. Now, I'm saying it again. We have received responses that I want us to interrogate and to get clarification. It is not the same presentation. The previous presentation, I'm not sure, but on Dr. Kumala will assist. There were no CVs, if I'm correct. There were no CVs. There's now CVs, and there's people now present in this meeting. I want to be fair towards all the other members. I'm going to give an opportunity now to Honorable Daniels and Honorable Mutambi, and then I'm going to ask to proceed unless there is a proposal from any member on the way forward that will be progressive. Thank you. Honorable Daniels.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I just want to latch on to what Honorable Matong has raised. I also note your response to what's been raised by Honorable Matong. However, I see an element of substance in what is raised. And let me make one example for not wanting to drag this point. Honorable Matong is basically saying we need some sort of a caucus on these items. And based on your submissions you've made now, of your many submissions, I want to touch on one item where you say that we have asked the minister about political affiliation of people being appointed, but there's not been a response. Now, with that facts before us on the table, in a caucus, I would have basically asked the question, if we could have had a caucus as requested by Honorable Matong, I would have said, listen, if you want to ask the minister that, no problem, let's do that. However, there are many entities that we have there. Can we not have a blanket approach and ask everybody's political affiliation and do a research into how everybody got appointed? To conclude, Chairperson, it's purely
Yeah,
because you
Honorable
see,
Daniels, in the particular case of our meeting with the MGE panel, there was allegations of the panel belonging to a particular party. So that allegations was tested. Some of them has been responded to. Some of them was a yay. Some of them was a nay. Then, because the feeling amongst members at the time was that this may hijack or have a negative effect on the developments pertaining to the adjudication of funds as well as influence of members. So also pertaining to the appointment, it further raises questions on the appointment. Therefore, I have asked that the minister must then be present to answer those questions. Alongside, and I'm repeating myself every time here, are numerous issues that has been sent to us. And I'm going to mention some of them and ask questions. That's why I want this meeting to proceed. And that's why I want us to have a time for the minister to keep and hold the questions. Unless, like I've said, we're having a proposal to have this meeting alongside with the minister. Honorable Mutambu.
Chairperson, you interrupted me without me landing.
Oh,
Can I please
Honorable
conclude, Chairperson?
Mutambu, Honorable Daniels. My
okay. Shall I
apologies.
wait?
You went silent. That's why I
Okay,
start speaking.
I'll wait.
Honorable Mutambu, I will give you an opportunity. Honorable Daniels now.
Thank you,
Eh,
Chairperson.
eh,
I went silent out of respect, Chairperson, because you were talking.
My apologies. Honorable Mutambi.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Chairperson, man. I
I'm
asked if
coming
I
back
can
to you,
land.
Honorable Daniels.
Let him finish. I'll come after.
Okay.
Sorry, Chair.
I wanted you to
Just for
proceed
peace.
because I've asked you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. Yes, we have asked questions in the past. There are written responses, as you rightfully said it, Chair. But at the end of the day, you are even saying at some point you want to summon the minister. And then, if that is the case, but that's not the right thing, I should think, and on these matters, to tap on what Honorable Hawa said earlier, including what Honorable Mutaungi has said. It will be a futile exercise if we were to proceed with this meeting in the absence of the minister. And I can tell you, there are things that the minister has used his prerogative. And then, and the DM, even if she's here, there will be things that she won't be able to respond to that require the minister. Yes, we have received documents, if you have rightfully said, certain information incomplete. Unless if you want to use this meeting as a clarity-seeking question, but at the end of the day, the accountability lies with the minister. He's the decision maker. And then if we are to conclude this meeting, he needs to be in the meeting. That's why it's very important, as he had said, to say that meeting as some committee members for us to sit and also assess what we got, what was not responded to. Because definitely, like what Honorable, my colleague from the DA said as well, there were responses that were not adequately responded to. You will be cross-referenced to the previous response that doesn't even have anything. So I should think, for the sake of progress on this matter and the finalization of this matter, the minister should be in the meeting so that we conclude, we raise everything that we want to raise. But at the second time, there's also work that this panel is doing. Maybe you could use this meeting for them to brief us, but they are also on what they've been doing, because I should think there's open call for other things that are closing soon. The first thing that we need to do, because maybe today is Tuesday, it might be an emergency cabinet meeting, because cabinet normally meets on Wednesday, but we cannot dispute that, to say, if we are to check, because also in the next item that we're going to deal with on the measure, the minister is the person who used the prerogative to also do whatever doing. So I think then it will be tantamount to us speaking to ourselves in the absence of the minister. And on that note, I should think, if there's no any other thing, we can propose to postpone this item. And then the minister must be told to give us a date as a matter of urgency, which you, chairperson, if it means you applying for the committee to even sit after hours, then he must give you a date when will he be available, so that we can be able to dispose this item. That was my contribution, Chair. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Mutambu. Honorable Daniels, then Honorable Kabu.
Thank you, Chairperson. It's truly unfortunate, Chairperson, that I have to stop and start when I could have been afforded an opportunity, but I cannot prescribe how you must manage the meeting. Honorable Mutambi was trying to steer it back on track, but be that as it may. Chairperson, you said that there's been questions asked by members pertaining to MGE panel, and it is on that strength that the question is asked about the political affiliation of such appointees. Now, I've got no issue with those questions asked. I've got no issue with your crisp clarity that you've given that questions were asked about MGE. Because it was raised, it must be addressed. Seeing that this is a formal meeting, seeing that we've got scribers, this meeting is recorded, I want to put on record and request that, because I've also got my suspicions about other entities and panels. So my request is, as much as you have granted it to other people asking, I'm now asking through you, Chairperson. Can all entities, before they appear, can we get clarification on their political affiliation? Also, because of suspicions that I have, we've only joined the GNU the other year. I don't know what happened in the last decades. So it is on that basis. And as far as I'm concerned, in concluding, Chairperson, if somebody can prove me right if I'm wrong, I don't know whether it's an offense for somebody to be affiliated to a party, to be appointed to to an entity. So I would like clarity on every panel where before they appear, we want their political affiliation. Because we've asked, the president was said, where people who appear before us were asked directly by members of parliament, which party do you belong to? Even in oversights, they are asked, which party do you belong to? And because of that, president has been said in your presence, I hereby request what I've just did, Honorable Chairperson, so we can level the playing field. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Daniels. Just to respond to that quick, there's nothing wrong in asking a question. If a member sits on any committee in Parliament and you are suspicious of something, which was the case, and ask a question for clarity, we'll do so. If you are suspicious on other meetings and entities that we're going to meet, I will allow you to ask that questions. But I cannot make a blanket rule if people comes in to ask. It's wrong to ask a question if there is a presentation. Which political party are you belonging to? But if there's suspicion of someone in a certain political party being responsible with public monies that might have an effect on the outcome, then it is allowable to ask that. Honorable Khabu and then Honorable Mtetwa.
My question stands, Chairperson. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Look, Chair, maybe we must put this issue into proper context. There is no problem of anybody being or belonging to any political organization. That is his or her democratic right as enshrined in the Constitution. But there is everything wrong for a political party leader to use his powers to appoint some of his supporters without any transparent process, especially that individual will be handling the process of disseminating or dispersing funds. There is everything wrong there because it deals with issues of conflict of interest. And part of the things that we are embracing in this government is a transparency. So if the process has never been transparent, if the minister cannot tell us where did he get these people, how were they appointed, was there any advert in place, was there any interview in place, it is for that reason that we concluded that the minister has handpicked these people from his political party. And will still continue holding the minister accountable for the rest of his life for the decisions that he has taken. And it is for that reason, Chairperson, that we're not going to sit in a meeting and behave as if we've got the responsibility of defending the minister. Ourselves as members of this committee, we are here to hold the minister accountable. And for that reason, it is no, Chairperson, no. It is for that reason that it is for that reason that I also second the proposal that this meeting must be postponed, because all of these issues would affect or will request the minister's response. We are no longer going, in this 2026, we are no longer going to allow the minister to get away with murder. We have allowed the minister to take wrong decisions in the past. We have allowed the minister to circumvent accountability framework of this parliament, and we're no longer going to allow that, Chairperson. It is for that reason I follow the proposal that presented by Comrade Faith Mutambi, that we are saying that this meeting be postponed up until we get the minister. It is the minister who must respond on the MGE. It is the minister who must respond on the issue of merger of entities. So we second the proposal that this meeting be postponed up until the minister is present in this meeting, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to take a last hand. And I don't want us to go into the merits and demerits of the issue now. I will make a summary of what has been said, and then I'm going to ask for an official proposal as the portfolio secretary has indicated. If that is the case, I will then request perhaps if Honorable Khabu then later on will then make that proposal and have a seconder, then we can take it from there. But I'll make a ruling now. The Honorable Mtetwa.
Thank you, Chair. And good morning to honorable members and everyone who's in the platform. My name is Eugene Mtetwa. I'm a member of this portfolio committee, full member of this portfolio committee, and I'm deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. Chairperson, it's almost 1 hour now since the meeting opened. In the midst of the discussions, it is the issue of whether should we continue the meeting or not. And in the midst of that discussion also, it is the discussion of the merits and the demerits of a particular situation which deals with the appointment of members. I know that I've been largely part of that question of the appointment of politically affiliated members. The difference with what has to happen is that we sent questions. I want to concur with Honorable Potgieter that we sent questions and those questions were answered as contrary to what we were saying or what we were suspecting. There was a no answer of any members who are affiliated to this. We had to go and research and find out that indeed there are members who are affiliated. So that is a matter of discussion if we agree that we continue with the meeting. So I'm proposing exigency on that point to discuss about the politically affiliated and to make any decision on that. But what I want to contribute to is the postponement of the meeting, because quite correctly, I was the one who asked the deputy minister the question, and she said, I was not involved in the appointment of the panel, and therefore it is the minister's responsibility to respond. The minister is not here, he cannot respond to that. On the issue of amalgamation, which had already started with the previous minister, it is Minister Gayton McKenzie who stalled the process. He has to respond to that. So it means the agenda that we have before us has got no responses unless we change the agenda and say it is about something else. So it is my proposal, and I'm actually seconding those who are saying, let this meeting be postponed because it will be a futile exercise. We won't get answers that are fully to our questions. And that's my proposal, Chair. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Mtetwa. The Honorable Potgieter is the final speaker.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to echo Honourable Mtetwa. I think, the bottom line is the Deputy Minister did appear before us, and she was very clear. The DG was also very clear. I am extremely frustrated because the questions that I've subsequently sent to the Minister, based on our prior meetings, where serious allegations were made by artists in the community against the MGE panel, there were numerous, re-advertisements that they changed the entire process. You had to submit manually, and I would be very cautious to say, let's limit this to political affiliation. I'm sure everybody votes a certain way. That's not the issue. The issue is that this particular adjudication panel is chaired by a person who essentially is active in politics. There are also two other members who are active in a political party. There is a serious conflict of interest, and we heard from the Public Service Commission that there was a conflict of interest and that there should have been vetting, which the DG confirmed did not happen. Now, I think some of the things we'd like to understand is whether or not, when they had advertised this previously, because the minister stated that the previous process was fair, he doesn't speak to the current process. And from what it appears is he's changed the entire process and the requirements to sit on this adjudication panel to suit the panel members. This is not purely about or simply about political affiliation. It's about manipulation of the entire panel. It's about manipulation of the process and the exclusion of the department completely from it. And only the minister can answer to that. Because, with all respect, the deputy minister, the DG, took the time, and even some of the panel members, to come to our previous meetings and sit here and answer questions. But I do not see any of the responses or to the questions that we asked previously. I don't see them in the presentation. It doesn't explain to me why they rejected certain applications. It also doesn't explain how applications were adjudicated. We got a list of the applicants that were approved, and we asked for a thorough list with full details. We never received that. I'm very happy we have CVs, but again, it does not explain what happened. And I think with the allegations of the extreme effect or economic impact that a lot of these rejections have had on provinces and municipalities, the minister needs to come in account as to how he selected this panel and why he changed the process. And to be honest, I see it's been re-advertised again very recently. So there is something very odd going on, and the only person who can answer us is the minister. And I do not think it's okay that this is now probably the fourth excuse that he's had as to why he cannot come to this particular meeting? Thank you, Chair.
Honorable members, like I've said, I've made a ruling. Now, I tend to agree with most, if not all, the members regarding their input. But where I differ with the members is the fact that we received responses. And that responses, for me, has become the elephant in the room as well. Now I'm going to go crisp to the last year's notes that I've made. We asked letters of appointment. I want members to go through that and have a look at that. We asked for minutes with the cultural and creative industries. There's interesting observation in that minutes, and then we might meet that later, where in that particular meeting, a decision was taken on the cancellation of the amalgamation of the National Arts Council and the National Film and Video Foundation. Interesting stuff in those minutes. Then also, we ask the funding, but with reference to the meeting of the department and the cultural and creative industries, there's so many resolutions that have been taken that I really want, if we had to postpone this meeting, that members must come back, go through it and interrogate it. There's issues for lobbying the minister to develop labor policies and to act and recognize the artists as workers. Those are the things that I would have, if this meeting will proceed, we'll have interrogate. Call for submissions on certain provisions, establish a regulatory body, venues, conference centers must have right license, arts and culture funding, open whole appointment of interim. The projects, numbers of issues has been mentioned there. We've asked for the salary. I'm not surprised that for the months 1 to 25 to 31, 325, that the payment was 300,000 rand for the panel, adjudication panel. For the time of 1st April 2025 to 5 September, there was a payment 524,000. These are the things that I will interrogate, and also of those particular attitude towards us. But in that light, I am now convinced that we must cancel this particular item of the agenda. I am convinced, and I want to suggest further, honorable members, that should the apartment appear again, and it's not going to be a repetitive issue, because there are outstanding issues. But may I also say, Mr. Mutale, I'm saying it to you, because you have mentioned it, I don't blame you. The minister has only yesterday morning, sent an apology. So we are in quite a predicament as a committee in the execution of our responsibilities towards the country. So what I'm saying is that I am actually convinced that we must cancel this item and make provision then. But what I would like to suggest, Portfolio Secretary, that the next invitation should then be to the department again, and that they must add to this presentation of today a high-level report, bullet points on the responses that they have sent, so that members of this committee, like I've said before, must be ensured that the voices of our practitioners are heard. We would like them to be heard. And like I've said before, submissions cannot be replaced direct engagement. And that is the mistake that this parliament is making, is to have a meeting of this nature, there's no answers, submit questions, responses, and gone with it. Saru is a case in point, with responses and even us going there to have a look at those minutes. So I'm going to, in the light of the advice by the Portfolio Committee on Honorable Mutambi's proposal, I will cancel that out and then will call upon permanent members if there is any proposal to proceed or to cancel this item. And if there's a proposal, I would really like us to add that we have a high-level report on those particular responses of last year. Is there any proposal to cancel this? Honorable Makgato?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I'm here also a note that we cancel this meeting based on
the item on the agenda.
Yes, on all the presentations you can hear.
Is there
that
any
are not fine.
seconder? Honorable Potgieter?
Thank you, Chair. I'll second that, and perhaps the Minister can provide us with available dates that will make it easier to schedule a rescheduling.
No, Honorable Potgieter, we are not going to ask the Minister for a date. It's our meeting, it's our portfolio, it's our parliament. The executive is our responsibility. We will give a date, and we might reach consensus, but we will give a date. So you are seconding, Honorable Potgieter?
Yes, Chairperson, I apologize for my flippant remark.
Thank you. Is there any other member that have a different view on the way forward or would like to raise his or her voice against this proposal and second? Going once? Going twice? The item regarding the briefing of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture is then now deleted from this agenda, and I am not too sure that I see the next item is lunch. But with that said, we will now proceed with the briefing by the department on the announcements to cancel the amalgamation of entities as per the white paper on arts, culture and heritage recommendation. The department, sports, arts and culture.
Thank you, Chair. Dr. Khumalo, I just got a bit disorientated there. So, Chair, you want us to go on with the presentation on the amalgamation of public entities? I got that correctly?
Yes, Dr. Khumalo.
Okay, Chair, should I proceed? I see a hand.
Honorable Nkosi, is that a legacy hand? Hopefully. I hope you are not going to shoot down this item. Proceed, Dr. Khumalo.
Thank you very much, Chair. The presentation itself is on a request, or it's a response to the request from the Portfolio Committee, as you have indicated, Chair, to come and brief the Portfolio Committee on the implications of the Minister's announcement to cancel the amalgamation of entities. The request from the Portfolio Committee makes reference to the white paper on arts, culture and heritage recommendation that it advocates for the sharing of resources and administrative functions, saving costs and ensuring the sustainability of these entities. We were also requested to include an overview of the projected cost of governance over the MTEF and the actions taken. Chairperson, the head of the entity oversight unit would then take the Portfolio Committee through the presentation that we have prepared in response to that request. Thank you very much, Chair.
You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khumalo. And Good morning to Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, as well as the officials in the department.
Chairperson, sorry to disturb. I put in my sorry to disturb, Chairperson, Honorable Kabe. I've raised my hand.
Honorable
Please,
Kabo,
Honorable Kabo, Chair, I realize that you don't see my hand. My apologies to disturb.
please proceed.
Platform. Chairperson, I'm worried that this item is more similar to the previous item. The decision to deviate from the cabinet resolution on the amalgamation of these entities, that decision was taken by the minister. And I'm also not sure as to whether the department would also use the very same response that they always use, that this process is outside our powers and functions. It's a process concluded by the minister. And if my suspicion is right, it then means where are we going to get the responses? It is the minister who must provide us the responses as to why did he decide to move away from the amalgamation process that was already concluded and ultimately having approval of cabinet. So I wanted to seek clarity with you, Chairperson. What response are we going to get? Because I'm just thinking that, is it this item? I believe that it's similar to the item that we dealt with previously. And it is for that reason that I will also propose that we defer this matter back, because in all honesty, if the minister is not here, we'll just get a report on all process that has unfolded. But the person who has taken a decision on stopping that process is not part of this meeting. It is for that reason, Chairperson, that I'll also propose that this item be deferred back up until the minister gets back to this meeting. Because clearly here, you are dealing with the minister who's the law unto himself. There's no any powers that the minister has on changing any process on his own, especially when it has been subjected to a number of consultation and public participation. So it is for that reason, Chairperson, that I propose that this matter also be deferred back so that the minister can come and respond to this. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kabo. I'm now going to pose a question to the Deputy Minister. Deputy Minister, are you in a position to respond to questions on the announcements to cancel the amalgamation of entities as per the white paper by the Minister?
Honorable Chair.
I'll give you an opportunity, Honorable Mzansi. I'm posing a question to the Deputy Minister. What? DM, unmute. Is the DM still in the meeting, Portfolio Secretary? Is the DM in our meeting, Portfolio Secretary?
Yes, Chair, she's still in the meeting.
DM, are you responding? Deputy Minister, are you in a position to respond to questions by members on the implications of the Minister's announcement to cancel? Can you delete the DM from this meeting, please? We are not going to be treated like this as members of parliament.
We have removed the chairperson.
Thank you. Honorable members, I see a marathon of hands. I see a marathon of hands, and Honorable Kabo, I take cognizance of your request. There's a lot to share and a lot to do this. I also want to add, should the proposal is to delete this item from the agenda, I will then request what is completely absent, Dr. Kumalo, in this whole presentation is the financial implications. In this particular case, a complete contrast when it comes to the financial implications, but the cost saving factor should amalgamation take place. It was enacted, is the white paper, it has been removed. I am not going to give members opportunity to speak. I am going to ask for a proposal to delete this item from the agenda in order for us to proceed with agenda point 7. I am not going to recognize any member. I would like a member to make a proposal. If there's no proposal, I'm going to give an opportunity then to the department to present their presentation with the provision that Dr. Kumalo will be in a position to respond on behalf of the minister.
Chair, I second the proposal to postpone the meeting due to procedural incorrectness.
Okay, Honorable Mtetwa, I couldn't get the proposal, the one who proposed. I take advantage and will then ask you to make that proposal.
Chairperson, you can't do this. We have raised
Chairperson, we've been raising our hands.
Raising our
In fact,
hands. You can't just give
when
Mtetwa to talk whilst our hands are up. You can't do that, Chair.
Honorable members,
I'm following this.
I am dealing with a proposal. There was a proposal or mentioning by Honorable Khabo on clarity. I asked for clarity. The minister is not here.
Chairperson,
but
yes.
Our hands are up. Give
wait,
us an
wait, honorable members.
Our hands have been up for
honorable
some time.
Members, please.
We wanted to second round.
Honorable Makato, take it easy. Seeing that the second item has been deleted from this agenda, I am going to give members an opportunity to vent. And please proceed in this order. Honorable Nkosi.
Chairperson, can I propose you do it in committee and remove all 9 members of the portfolio out of this platform, including officials? You have not yet even released the panel members. They are still on the platform. That's a proposal, but the other colleagues will deal with that.
Yeah, we can deal. We may. I'm going to request. We are not going to delete the panel. They have done nothing. I'm just going to request them, if they would like to, they can leave, because we are not discussing things that concern them now. You are very welcome, Mr. Mutala and your team, to leave this meeting. But the department must stay. I am going to give members opportunities to vent before we are going to deal with a proposal and a seconder to delete this item. You are going to speak in the following order: the Honorable Nkosi, the Honorable Molatsane, the Honorable Motawung, the Honorable Mtetwa, the Honorable Mutambi. Please proceed in that order.
And Molatsane, Chair.
Molatsane, didn't I mention her? I did. Is she mentioned? Honorable
No, you didn't mention
Molatsane.
it, Chair. Yeah.
Honorable Molatsane, thank you.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Greetings to your good self, all members present in the platform. Chair, I think this is our portfolio committee meeting. We need to be given a space to participate. Please, Chair, I'm appealing to your good self. You know, Honorable Khabo has just raised a question at the same time. He has proposed that we don't deal with this matter because it's one and the same matter that we have dealt with before. Chairperson, I think we need to really take this portfolio very, very seriously, because we have just leave our own things. You know that you are supposed to be in the training now, but we have decided to prioritize this meeting. and the minister is not here, and there's no one that is supposed to answer questions on behalf of the minister. The minister must come and answer the questions for himself, because he's the one who's got the prerogative on all the issues that we are talking about. I therefore support Honorable Khabo that we don't deal with this matter, and we need the minister to come and respond for himself, because even the DM, it is clear that they are not discussing these matters. The minister is taking the issues on his own. Therefore, he is the one that is responsible for all the questions that you are supposed to be asking in this meeting. Thank you very much, Chair. But please don't suppress us as this portfolio committee. Give us the space. Then after the Chair, you can then decide what you want to decide, or you make a ruling after you have heard what is it that you want to raise. I support Ukabo in all essence. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. I am taking note. I have also changed my ruling, and I have given everyone an opportunity to speak now. Please proceed. Who is the next person? Makato. You see, I think Molatani was second. It's Molatani. Honorable Molatani. Honorable Mtetwa.
Thank you, Chair. As I was following your directive that you're not going to point out anybody, but if there's anyone who speaks to the issue of postponement, then must submit. I wish to second or to third, if there's anything like that, thirding the position that we should postpone it indeed. And further to that, no, let me stop there. Let me just support the postponement, because indeed we need answers. We don't need people who are going to give answers now and then later they say, no, I did not say that. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mtetwa. The Honorable Mataung.
Thank you very much, Chair and members. I think, Chair, seconding everything is quite very important for us, because of when we don't have a minister in-house, we don't have a DM in-house, and it raises eyebrows because of all the things that we want to ask them. No one is here to answer. So, when you said earlier, you think that you need to summon the minister. I think we need to take that route, because they need to take us seriously. It seems like no one is taking this committee seriously. Or is it because of we are in the creative space? So we really need to put our foot down. So I'll suggest that, Chair, if as much as if we postpone this meeting, we need to sit down as a committee and try to come up with strategic plans to say, if things like this happen again in future, what should we do? Yes, as Khabo said, this is 2026. We need to deal with these entities differently. We need to be sharp-minded. We need to know when we're dealing with them because it seems like it's becoming a norm whereby somebody will just be not available, and yet the meeting was structured for a very long time. So we need to be sharp about it. So yeah, it's very disappointing to the minister, and it's very disappointing to the DM as well. I submit.
Thank you. I've tried to call Honorable Molatana. It seems that she lost signal. Honorable Mutambi.
Mahato after that. Thank you, Chair. Honorable Molatana has alerted me to inform you that in the other committee where she sits, they have a quorum issue. That's why
Honorable
she's moving.
Mutambi, I know you're a chairperson elsewhere. Did you hijack me as the chairperson if that communication went through to you?
I am the whip of the other committee chair.
And
Don't
I can
worry.
know, please proceed.
I released her. With due respect to my chair, you'll always be my chair. Worry not, I will never do that. You know me
Please
better. So
proceed.
she just asked me to inform you. That's why I'm trying to do that. They were having quorum issues on the other committee, so I released there. So, but I think all the speakers they've just covered me, chair, and it's an unfortunate situation because also this other item that we are dealing with now. It needs the minister to take us into confidence and then also to explain to us whether this matter was processed as well through cabinet, because this is a cabinet decision. So he need to also take us through the process. How he went back to cabinet to say that we are not going to implement this cabinet decision. So, and this is the matter that I say it's part of the ministerial prerogative, as they say. The DG, as an accounting officer, no matter how she will try to respond, she won't be able to give us answers. Under the circumstances, I concur with all those that say for these two items, indeed, they need the minister's presence. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Mutambi. May I just apologize? Just a second. May I just apologize that we have deleted the deputy minister from this meeting. I have been told that she was boarded a flight, and she also indicated that she will leave early. So please convey my apologies to the deputy minister. Honorable Makato.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think I'm supporting the matter. From previous honorable members, you had many things. So I think I'm supporting that we defer the matter to the next meeting, as the minister is not there and even the deputy minister is not there. So I think we are fine. So let's postpone the meeting. Thank you very much.
Just correction, postpone the item on the agenda. Honorable Mataung, is that a legacy hand?
Chairperson, with what you just said now regarding the DM, you know, it's so alarming. People knew that we're gonna have this meeting today, and it's so sad because of that's what I'm saying. Maybe people don't take this committee very seriously. You know, when you know that you're gonna have a meeting, as much as you said you will be running late or you will love to be excused for some reasons. She was absent. Let's just put it like that, because of she did not attend anything. She only responded on saying, "Yes, I'm here in the meeting." But come to look at it, then she was supposed to board a flight. So if it's a flight that is coming from Johannesburg to Cape Town, that means it's a 2 hours flight, meaning she won't be able to even hear anything that was going to be deliberated on or said on regarding his own department.
Point of
Now
order.
let's, Honorable Nkosi,
Point of order,
you
Chair.
have, Honorable Nkosi, you have reprimanded me that I don't give members an opportunity. Give the member, like I've said, to vent.
But I
will
want to
give you
raise an order, Chair.
I will give you an opportunity again. I will respond to
Okay.
Honorable
No, it's
Mataung,
fine.
then I will give you an opportunity.
It's fine,
Honorable
Chair.
Mataung, please wrap up.
No, I'm done, Chair. Just wanted to raise that.
Yeah, Honorable Mataung, may I just respond? The deputy minister has indicated in the meeting that she will leave early. Whatever the reason is, it's nothing to do with me because we have granted her that apology. So I'm just mentioning that so that you understand that. Honorable Mtetwa?
Thank you, Chair. May I make a submission of my disappointment with how these meetings have now degenerated to something else? That we were very fine when we started as a committee. There was unity, there was understanding. Now these meetings have degenerated to something else, that we can't even agree on one item. And because I think it is the issue of procedure. Procedurally, when there is a majority voice of the committee members saying, let us postpone, we don't even need to discuss and disagree or have a dissenting voice. When there's a majority, we agree. When there is a motion by a member and supported and seconded in it, that's the decision of the committee. Secondly, Chair, it is the issue of the minister's absence. That we, at some point, I remember as a committee, we took a resolution of summoning the minister. It's not a new thing. It's not something that we must discuss and agree about it. There is a resolution that was taken by this committee to do so. Yes, we do understand that when the president calls, you don't ask why you jump, you ask how high you can jump. He's subjected to that. We do understand. But on the basis of that, he should understand, and everybody should understand that critical to these questions, these items that are in the agenda, it is the voice of the minister because they require him. He is the one we hold accountable as the portfolio committee. We are not answerable to the DG or the officials. And officials are not answerable to us, but they are a technical support for the minister or the deputy minister when they account to us, because that's where the accountability comes from, is from the executive. So based on that, I would want to plead with this committee and you, Chairperson, that let's go back to that committee that was respectful to all members, that was respectful to procedures, that was running smoothly, and people were saying, the voice out there from the public was saying, hey, sports, arts and culture committee has changed. So I want to plead with the committee and the chairperson that can we go back to that committee that holds government in unity accountable. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mtetwa. It is your view. I'm taking note of that, but we are doing precisely what you have said, a government that keep the executive accountable, and this meeting have shown that to the extent that we have deleted 2 items from the agenda. There was a proposal, there was a seconder, and I did not, as the chairperson, wanted to stifle debate, of which yourself was one of the speakers. I wanted members to vent in order. This meeting have been streamed. There are millions of eyes on this and in this particular meeting, and I also want each and every member that belongs to a political party that their views must also be made known outside this particular domain. The Honorable Nkosi.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Let me start by apologizing, Chair, for coming in whilst Honorable Mtau was speaking. I really agree with what Honorable Mtetwa is saying. Indeed, we are the committee that known as united and working together, and we don't want to lose that as well. But Chair, I just want to indicate that what you have raised with Honorable Mtau, it's what I was going to ask. That is why I was calling an order, because my understanding is that we dealt with the apologies and we accepted all the apologies that were raised in the meeting. If we had a concern with regard to the apology of the DM, we should have indicated so. So thank you for indicating that. That's the only thing that I wanted to raise with Honorable Mtau, that we cannot complain after we have accepted the apologies. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you so much. Members, can I just for clarity get the proposer and the seconder to delete this item? I wasn't clear. Who was it?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that we defer the matter back. Honorable
Thank you.
Kabo.
Thank Honorable Kabo. Seconder.
Honorable Nkosi supporting, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. Any contrary views? Going once? Going twice? Honorable Mteto, is it a legacy hand?
Yes,
Going
Chair.
twice?
Sorry.
Okay. So we are going to delete this item, Dr. Kumalo, and I really want also us to do some comparisons of what the cost is now and what the cost should be if there was an amalgamation. Please take note, Portfolio Secretary. I will also now then release the department from this meeting. But I just want to make one announcement pertaining to today's meeting. Everyone is aware that there is training and other activities of members. And because of the seriousness of this issue, we have asked special approval. And I must also emphasize that the chair of chairs and the secretariat has indicated to the department that we can proceed with this meeting and we can go ahead. With that said, honorable members, we are now going to point 7. The Department of Sports, Arts and Culture may leave this meeting. This is an open meeting to the public as well. If you don't want to, you can stay. I'm going to ask the secretary to, and I'm so sorry that Honorable Malatsani is also not now in this meeting, to take us through the program. I would suggest that you take us to the program right through, and then ask members to come back if there's any discussions. I also want to emphasize that this parliament must leave a legacy. And in terms of that, it is important for us to have, or rather to engage with entities. And some of the issues are issues of the 6th Parliament that has been carried over to the 7th Parliament for finalization. So take note of those issues, or should I say entities that we are going to meet. The Portfolio Secretary, you may take us through item by item.
Good morning once again, members. Members, this is the draft program for the first term of 2026. We've taken the liberty to highlight some of the items, as you will see as we go through the program. So the meetings of last week, the 3rd and the 6th of February, were postponed. That's why they are highlighted in blue. The meeting of SAIDS and the meeting of Public Service Commission. Today's meeting is the 10th, which is the meeting that we are in today. On Tuesday next week, the Portfolio Committee will be meeting with the department for the Minister's comprehensive review of the state of national federations, including key challenges related to the financial support provided to athletes, input by national federations on the cuts in their funding, as well as reallocations. Next to the agenda item are the stakeholders that have been invited to attend the meeting. For the meeting of Friday, the 20th of February, we'll be having a briefing by the department on the international agreements as tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 3 of the Constitution, audiovisual co-production agreement between South Africa and Canada, and memorandum of understanding, apologies, members. Cooperation relating to the Roads to Independence, African Liberation Program between South Africa and Angola. This agenda item has been highlighted in orange because we had planned to meet the whole day on Tuesday because we had been told that it's committees. We've just received an updated parliamentary program, which indicates that the meetings will take place from 9:30 or 9 up until 12:45. So we no longer have the full day as indicated in the program. But the agenda item for the day is briefing by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture on IMP and update on the status of various infrastructure development programs. If members could remember correctly, this meeting had to be postponed because there were agenda items that had to be added. So it says here update on Enyokeni, but we've already done the oversight and we've gone to the Enyokeni, but there will be an update on Enyokeni, on the implementing agent and AXA National Treasury, SIU investigation to the KZN Department of Sports, Arts and Culture for allegations of corruption and maladministration, the construction of 9 libraries, and supply of books through implementation of the community library services, conditional grant. The DSA condition assessment report on downtown music hub and future plans to manage the DTMH infrastructure in conjunction with the NAC, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, National Treasury, Department of Public Works, update on Robben Island Museum infrastructure, and update on the Drakensdale Correctional Service Center. On Friday, the 27th, there'll be a briefing by the South African Hockey Association on the annual report, inclusive of financial statements and other pertinent matters. On Tuesday, the 3rd, once again, we're supposed to meet the full day. So that meeting is until 1, not 4. A meeting between the DSAC and councils on the appointment of council board members serving in multiple boards. The meeting of Friday, the 6th of March, 2026, it's in green. That Friday, there'll be a plenary. The committee has an option to meet after the plenary. Plenary runs until 1 that day, so the committee can meet after the plenary. The agenda there is briefing by the department, Iziko Museums, and the National Library of South Africa on the plans to address the G report findings on heritage assets which are not properly accounted for in terms of generally recognized accounting practice, which is GREP 103, and which contribute to qualified audit outcomes for both entities in 24-25. On Tuesday the 10th, there's a joint meeting with the Select Committee on Education Sciences and Creative Industries from the NCOP on the briefing by sports MECs of the 9 provinces on the development and maintenance of sport infrastructure. Friday the 13th, once again, we have a plenary there. The committee can meet afterwards. That is the closed meeting, which will request for the department and the State Theatre to report on the Morari forensic report. On Tuesday, the 17th of March, briefing by Karate South Africa on the annual report, inclusive of financial statements and pertinent matters. And then on the 20th, briefing by South African Deaf Sport Federation on the annual report, inclusive of financial statements and other pertinent matters. And then on the Tuesday, the 24th, that meeting was supposed to end at 3, but there'll be a plenary there, which means the committee will have to commence until 1. It will be a briefing on by the Artscape on the 2024 annual report, the whistleblower's complaint regarding unfair labor practices and other pertinent matters. And then Friday, the 27th of March, there'll be a briefing by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture on the 2025-26 second quarter performance report, and Tuesday, the 31st of March, briefing by University Sport South Africa on the annual report, inclusive of financial statements and other pertinent matters. And then that takes us to the end of the first term. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Jabu. Is the Honorable Tetu, I see a hand?
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Khabo and then Honorable Potgieter.
Thank you, Chair. On the update that is happening around downtown, I think we can also look at the update. We can request for the update on SIFSA. As the word out there is that the SIFSA investigative report is back, regardless of the minister having told us that he is no longer. If you remember the listed entities that I requested them to give us all the entities that are under investigation, SIFSA was no longer on the list, but I'm told that there's a report that came back from the investigation. So I would request that the update be also included on that day of downtown, because it's amongst the same entities.
Thank
And
you.
then
That's a very important point.
And then on the issues of Friday's meetings, I've heard Secretary saying that we can meet after the plenary. There's another item of plenary that is happening on one of the Fridays. I think if I remember very well, members of the committee who are residing like in Polokwane, Limpopo, they requested that we do not have meetings on Fridays unless it is virtually, because they are traveling on that day if they are going back to their constituencies. Normally, because of the challenges with flights, they are forced to fly the following day after Thursday. They are not like us who stay in Joburg who can fly Thursday evening, and then we are able to connect. So they might be traveling around that time. So I don't know if they can confirm that, if you can check with them. And then there was an issue that I was busy. Okay, I'll come back, Chairperson. There's an issue I was writing when I raised my hand around the 170. I'm not sure what was it.
Okay, Honorable Keto, I'll come back to you.
Thank
The
you, Chair.
Friday issue, yes, you are correct. We have decided that if we can to have those meetings virtually due to transport problems and also the members from Limpopo. Do you want to add anything to that, Jabu?
Chairperson, the meetings on Fridays are scheduled virtually as the committee had requested because of travel issues. And Chair, maybe also just to highlight the meetings that are highlighted in orange, that those meetings are going to end at 1. So if we're adding on agenda items, because now I was also going to ask members whether members are going to have a meeting in the morning and finish off in the evening, where we have long agenda items like the meeting of the 24th of February, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Khabo.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Thanks for the opportunity. Chair, let me welcome the report as the draft program as it has been presented. I've got a number of issues that I would want us to be included in this program, Chairperson. And these issues that I'm about to raise is issues that we have raised in the past, and unfortunately they could not find expression. And it is my firm belief that as members of parliament deployed to different provinces, different parliamentary constituency offices, this program must also speak to those issues that we are collecting or that we are facing on the ground. And with that being said, Chairperson, I would propose that before the end of this term that we are currently in, a new draft program for the new term must be presented before the new term starts, so that we avoid starting with programs on the program, or starting with activities of programs that have not been approved yet. So it is my proposal that before the end of the term, before we even enter into a new term, the new draft program must be presented and approved, Chairperson. That is my first proposal, Chairperson, in terms of us dealing with this program of action, so that we avoid going on activities and later we come and approve the program. Practical example, the oversight visits that we have conducted. In a normal circumstance, it's oversight visits that we have firstly had to approve the program so that they can be implemented. That is the first thing, Chairperson. Chair, I'm going to propose that we include South African Football Association. It's a norm that every federation that qualifies for a major event must appear before the committee. But amongst others, you to know that we've always raised issues on and around the leadership crisis at SAFA. We've also raised issues on and around governance challenges in SAFA, and it is for that reason. And also we have raised issue on the general management, especially on and around the squad selection and the management of the process leading towards these activities. Previously, we have had a situation where the players that were not supposed to be fielded were fielded, and generally the competition rules was disregarded. It is for that reason that we would propose that SAFA must appear before the committee as they are preparing, as they have qualified for the World Cup chairperson in July. So firstly, it's a proposal that SAFA must form part of our agenda, of our program. Secondly, chairperson, you'd understand that previously we had dealt with Athletics South Africa. And if you have been following the news, there's been serious challenges emanating from issues that we have dealt with. If not mistaken, the president has been reinstated of Athletics South Africa, and to a large extent, we have not received the responses and how they were dealing with the issues of spending of public funds in taverns. That is the second issue that I wanted to raise, chairperson. And obviously, there is a third issue of Swimming South Africa that I'd propose, the French hook issue that we have dealt with. We keep on getting issues that the matter is not finding expression. That is the fourth issue that I wanted to raise. The fourth issue that I wanted to raise, chairperson, it's in relation to Mabana Arts and Culture, if not mistaken. It's an entity owned by the Northwest Development Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. That entity is the one that is responsible for the grassroots development of arts and culture in the Northwest Province. And in our interaction, we have identified a number of challenges, and we have not received any responses. Key to those challenges is failure to maintain the institutions and fund different activities within the Mabana arts and culture. So it is for that reason that I would also propose that it must be included. There was an issue, I know it's very close to Comrade Honorable Moletsane's heart, the issue of park-offs. She has raised it on a number of occasions, and to a large extent, if not mistaken, there are disciplinary processes unfolding, and we are told that the person that was supposed to be held accountable is currently serving notice. So it is for that reason, chairperson, that I propose that we deal with these 4 issues, if not 5 issues that I've identified. And I still have to emphasize this issue, chairperson. We believe that the drafting of the program, and the drafting of the program, including federations or entities that must appear before the committees, those decisions must be informed by challenges that we pick up as members of parliament on the ground, so that we are able to be actively seen responding to those issues. It is for that reason, chairperson, that I propose that we include those issues. And in an event that I would be expected to propose which ones must be removed, I've got a number of days that I've already identified of entities or of days that we can replace those entities with. So I've already identified 5 chairperson. If the secretariat is not having, or it does not know which ones to remove, I can also propose which ones must be removed, so that we replace them with the ones that I've proposed, chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Khabo. When you mentioned the issue of a new draft, I saw Honorable Daniel's hand immediately goes up, because I also am aware of a very serious issue we have pertaining to soccer in the Eastern Cape. But you have mentioned quite a number of very important issues, but particularly SAFA, before the World Cup. I think the country will also be delighted to know what is going on there. All the other issues, swimming and the issue of PACOS as well. But members, here is my challenge as the chairperson. The very program in front of you, what is happening, we ask members to give input. Members give it, and then we are formulated in the form of a program. Now, this particular program has been sent to us in December last year. But maybe if Chabu of Soleka can respond to this, but still, in light of the other serious issues being mentioned, my fear is, and I know Honorable Daniels is going to come with that issue, and it is a serious issue that they have, I know about it. My fear in this particular case is, if I'm going to open it now to make proposals and to submit alternatives, we will have chaos. But my gut feelings say that I may request members then to make those proposals, submit those alternatives when we as management sits, but also do that with a motivation, like you've said, Honorable Khabu. And then when we sit, and then we can prioritize. But in particular, two cases that you've mentioned, the PAPOS and the soccer, actually all, the swimming as well as athletic, may find its way through or in this program should those proposals be submitted. Before I'm going to give another member an opportunity, I'm going to ask a response from the Secretariat as to whether they are in a position to accept proposals, and that we in the management then have those kind of frank discussions. But if we're going to accept proposals, please submit it, and submit it with the seriousness and motivation that it deserves. Jabu?
Chair, the program is the program of the committee, Chair. This is the draft, and the agenda items that are put before the committee emanate from the past meetings, because some of the agenda items had to be postponed, some of them we had to recall. So it's the prerogative of the committee, Chair. This is merely a draft that we have put together, as you have said, Chair, with yourself, in conjunction with yourself, Chair. And also, Chair, Mr. Khabu indicated that there are agenda items that he will indicate which should be removed. But also take into cognizance, Chair, that some of these meetings are physical, like the meeting of the 24th. So we would also need time to inform the stakeholders and also ensure that they're given enough time to appear before the committee. But it's the prerogative of the committee, Chair. We will do as.
Okay, noted. Let's give an opportunity for members to come up with their inputs and ideas, and then we will take it from there. In the meantime, make those kind of notes. Honorable Potgieter.
Thank you, Chair. Just two things. I did write to the committee staff on the 23rd of January. A lot of these meetings running until 4 o'clock are running into plenary. So the 17th, the 24th, we have plenary starting at 2. And also some of the meetings in March. So those meetings won't be able to continue until that time unless we have alternative arrangements. And then just secondly, can I get an idea of when we will be rescheduling today's meetings, because they are, important with regards to the amalgamation, but also the MGE panel, if we can just possibly fit that in some way. Thanks.
Another important issue, and thank you for bringing that up, Honorable Potgieter. There's something missing. I just want to mention it in past now, that the issue of time limits is mentioned by Honorable Potgieter. There's something that is missing. Where does this thing fit in called, I think it was training, or we had to get together, or I don't know what was it called. But even with that, and sometimes we must find a way as members to have a discussion. How do you want to respond and have input from presentations? Because also one day, and I must admit, one day I'm having because of time, I'm having a time schedule. I'm having my clock. The other time I'm counting my own time, 5 minutes per person. We are quite a number of members on the portfolio, and I want you to give that also thought and bring it up with me so that I can choose the best that suit members, and also to use time, to our advantage, and not to waste time when it comes to this kind of discussions. Honorable Mataung, sorry.
Thank you so much, Chair. I wanted to second Khabo. Honorable Khabo, especially in regards to SAFA and some of the changes that we think maybe we might try to implement if we see that maybe there's a certain entity that we feel like, you know what, we don't need. But if there's an entity that we really need and we want them to come on board, let it be. But with SAFA's chairperson, they're only left with 4 months for the national team to go and play World Cup. So I think that's one of the most important at the present moment, so that for the nation to be able to realize the state of readiness for SAFA in order to take the Bafana to the World Cup. I think that one we just need to take it as serious as possible to say when do we think they fit in the program as early as possible. That will be in our favor, in the favor of the nation. I submit.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to mention two things, and that is one, that the Office of the Chair of Chair through a management committee discusses matters for inclusion in the draft program. So it's clearly that members also did not have a look to the program, but let's leave it there. The other thing that we have to consider as well as members is to re-look into a proposal, and I don't want to make you angry now, to meet after plenary, and that means in the evening, but I'm just saying that in passing. The Honorable Daniels.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I hereby seek the indulgence through you of all my colleagues, portfolio committee members, to hear me out very clearly so that we can really understand the seriousness of what I'm about to raise. I'm very happy that it's been confirmed that this program is just a draft program, meaning that it's not rigid, it's open to, it's amenable for other items to be added. I'm hoping that, and I'm glad that it's been raised that SAFA must come back. Now, when SAFA comes back, and it's a calendar event, the World Cup, so we cannot dilly-dally with this thing. It has to happen soonest. When they come back, I would like us to, and you've raised that you are aware of this, Chairperson, because I drew your attention to it. I also want to place on the record that I have written to the department about this matter. I did receive reports from Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality because I requested it. And I can tell you from an informed position that what I want to raise, considering that it is a national cry out that our arts, culture, and sports facilities are in ruins nationally. For whatever reasons, it's a debate for another day. But it is not fair that we don't have facilities for arts and culture because there's no budget. We don't have facilities for sports because there's no budget or a lack of budget. But you have a situation where a Premier League club, Chippa United, relocated from Cape Town to Nelson Mandela Bay in July 2014. When they relocated 12 years ago, every year, as it is customary for rugby clubs and cricket clubs to get funding from the local municipality, they get 6 million rand every year. But that is okay. They get 500,000 rand every year for marketing purposes. That is okay. What beats me is the fact that Chippa United gets, since 2012, since 2014, every year, they get 7 million rand per annum relocation fees. Now, what beats me is that they've relocated in 2014. Why would you every year get 7 million rand relocation fees plus other fees that I've just mentioned? That is not right. If you look at the condition of the facilities in Nelson Mandela Bay, a lot could have happened with 7 million rand if it's spent and spread across the rest of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture department in the local municipality. So my request hereby is the indulgence of our members. 7 million rand for the last 12 years, it's not right. It gets renewed every 3 years. I have information that they are now on the brink of extending it for another 3 years, which will take it to 15 years, 7 million relocation per annum. One relocation happened only in 2014. So I believe that if you guys can understand severity of the misuse of funds for whatever reasons, that Nelson Mandela Bay municipality must also come with SAFA to account to us on that particular day, since we're going to discuss football, why they give Chopo United that amount of money. It's a hell of a lot of money to date. We were approaching almost 100 million rand. And there's nothing to show for it whilst the facilities are in ruins in the said local municipality. So I request that we also consider such things. We've got a responsibility as an oversight committee. We've got the responsibility as a portfolio committee. And this speaks directly to our responsibility. Turning a blind eye is not going to find favor by the citizens of the Republic of South Africa, let alone the local residents of the Metro in Nelson Mandela Bay. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Daniels. Let us give that a thought. And I think we also had this discussion previously to call in the MECs. I don't know when that's going to happen. So that issues that Honorable Daniels is raising now may or can be addressed. Honorable Mtetwa.
Thank you, Chair. I would want to find out when is our strat plan. I think strat plan is one of the things that we must do at the beginning of the year. But importantly so that we have never done it in the seventh admin, because I think that's where we can also come up with issues that we do not end up arguing in public about what type of issues and questions can be asked. I think that strat plan would deal with such issues, even on what issues can we take from the constituencies and bring to the committees. I think the strat plan will deal with those. And then, yes, indeed, I want to second the issue of MECs. I think it would be very, very important for us to meet with the MECs, especially after having done our site visits, and constantly we are confronted by how the department approaches things differently from one province to another province. There's no consistency. Let me make an example. We were told by the Department of Arts and Culture National that the issue of sports in school, arts in school was cancelled. We just came back from a visit where they are still running arts in school, sort of arts in school, in one of the entities that we were with. We went to the Kabza entity. Then they are still getting support from their province to run such. So I think it is important so that we align the discussions that we have with them around the issue of, first and foremost, the reason I don't think the provinces and MECs understand why those provincial departments are there, because one of the issues was to decentralize the industry from Gauteng, particularly Johannesburg. That's why it has to be in the provinces to retain the talent in those provinces. But it seems like they are not. Secondly, it is the alignment of these provincial. Some of them, they call themselves differently from the mother body, from the mother department, which is sports, arts, and culture. Others are cultural, others are great. What is it? Whatever that it is, but they've got different names, which shows that even the budgeting must therefore be different. I think that's one thing I want to motivate, that we should look at that, to second you on that one of meeting the MECs. As the minister would have his MINMAC, they must also come and report on us. What is it that they are doing and how are they dealing with the issues of redress, retaining their talent in their province, and the budget distribution. Yeah. And then the other thing, Chair, but I wanted to find out, how are we submitting these? Do you want us to submit in writing these proposals? Because one of the proposals that I have is for the actors visit. Remember previously we had artists coming to see us and presenting themselves. But there's a contestation between actors and musicians or artists. Even in terms of the law, when you look at the amendment bill on copyright and performance, one of the challenges is that actors are saying, let it be signed now because they want to access royalties from repeats. At the same time, artists are saying, let it not be signed in its current form because it's going to deprive us royalties that we were supposed to get previously. So I'm saying, I'm just sensitizing the committee that there are those differences between the actors, and actors are going through a lot at the moment. A visit from them will then balance the equation. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mtetwa. It's a valuable input, especially referring to the actors, and I want members also to go back again and to go and read the minutes pertaining to the meeting that the department had with the cultural and creative industry. There was wonderful resolutions being taken on behalf of, or rather for actors also in this particular case, labor issues, because I know Honorable Mtetwa have a very saddening case of some of these actors and singers that now stays under a bridge. With that said, I think we should also perhaps as the management seriously consider and give priority to the strat plan. That is the word that I was looking for earlier. We must give priority to the strat plan. I am not sure what are the reasons and why is it that the strat plan grow legs and just walk out of this program. But we must actually bring it back. Honorable Khabo, is that a legacy end? Please proceed.
No, Chairperson, my apology. That is my apology for not taking it down. Legacy end.
Okay. Honorable members, Honorable Mtetwa have asked the way forward in this. May I then request members to write their proposals on this with the motivation. But there are two that I don't need a motivation, Honorable Khabo, is the one of Safa and the one of Swami. I have engaged and immediately called the president of Swami and asked what is happening. And there was some explanations also on investigations, which no one of Swimming is investigated, but we can't take it by word in that fashion. We have to prioritize Swimming as well to come. Then also, perhaps I just want to mention that we have cricket, the Cricket World Cup, and that we can flag for the next quarter as well, keeping in mind because I don't see any developments from the LOC at present. I stand to be corrected, but that is also something that we would look upon in line with Honorable Khabo has said. So what I then can suggest, and maybe Jabu can just fill me on, is give a time frame for these submissions, and we can meet as soon as possible, and we then do some addings and we delete some of these and then send it to members. I will call members personally to keep an eye on the new program, send then approval, and then we can just stamp it. But I think with some of it in the early weeks after opening of Parliament this coming Thursday, we have to proceed because, as you know, that we will be very busy and we have to also give enough time for entities to prepare themselves, the department to prepare themselves, and to attend this meeting, be as it may in person or on Zoom. Jabu?
Yes, Chair. We will await the amendments from the members as indicated. Mr. Khabo did indicate which entities that he wants to remove or add. And also, Chair, maybe if members can send by end of business today so that we can have a meeting, if you're available, Chair, in the morning, so that we can finalize everything for members, so that we can also send it to members thereafter, and then members can agree on whether we.
Okay, that's the meeting you refer with the chair, and I've made a mistake earlier on to say the chair of chair, so it was the chair with the management. Honorable members, is there any issue that any member would like to mention before I'm going to close this meeting?
Chairperson, if you would allow me.
Please
I
go.
fully agree with you. When we are interacting with the Secretariat, find a way of squeezing in the issue of strategic planning.
Yes.
It's somehow embarrassing that we process our issues in public. Other issues will have processed them just amongst ourselves. So I just thought it is important that you must not forget it, Chairperson. Don't put it at the end of the term. Find a way of removing, because we are all in Cape Town. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Yeah, you want us to take it to Kuruman, where you stay, or near there? It's a nice place there close by you.
No, Chairperson, you've got number of entities here around Cape Town. Yeah, we can use them, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Cabo. Honorable members, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your commitment.
Yeah.
I am now declare this meeting as closed. Is that something you want to say?
Yes, Chair. We have a number of minutes. Just want to check if we have a quorum now, because I see some members have left after. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there's the consideration and adoption of the committee minutes as well.
Yes, we do have a quorum, Chair, if the members are available in the meeting.
Now, let's go for it.
Okay, Chair. Please hold on a minute.
How many do we have?
We have, just hold on, Chair.
10.
10, yes, Chair.
Let's start with this October 28th.
24th, Chair.
Sorry. Double click, right click, press the green button. What happened, Chubi?
Excuse me, Chair. Are you able to see the minutes, Chair?
No, double click.
Oh, sorry, apologies, Chair. Apologies.
24.
Are they visible, Chair? You are muted, Chair.
Honorable, not yet. Honorable Mteto, while we try to open, I see your hand.
Thank you, Chair. May I make the suggestion? The issue of minutes is very important, especially to adopt them when you are still remembering everything that you said. Can I suggest that we get maybe once in a week and not leave minutes for the longest time to then come and adopt them, because we'll be adopting lies and not even be aware that we are adopting things that we did not say. I would suggest that maybe every week, Chair, even if it could be sparing 1 hour on a Friday or on a Thursday in the evening, just to adopt the minutes. That will make it easier for us and not look, now we've got 10 minutes to adopt, and some of us have forgotten what we said during those meetings. Thanks, Chair. It's just my suggestion.
Thank you, Honorable Mtetwa, noted. Honorable Cabo.
Chairperson, I fully second Honorable Mtetwa's proposal, and I will also add something on top of it. It's better to process minutes probably first thing in the morning, rather than leaving the minutes to be the last part of the item, because in most cases, we are very subjective sometimes as members of parliament. Once our issues that we have interest on have been processed, we log out of the meeting, and that creates a problem in most cases for the meeting to approve minutes due to the quorum. So it is for that reason I second the proposal of Honorable Mteto, but I also include that maybe minutes we must begin to process them first thing in the morning before we deal with other issues, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Okay, if management have been given that mandate, you remember that we used to start 8 o'clock. And the reason for that was in the past is to deal with what Honorable Mtetwa and yourself is now dealing with minutes. But there was quite a lot of pressure and rejection to that early start. I think we will then go back to that where we use the first hour before we officially start to do a one meeting minutes or two as we go on. But I also are in agreement that we should not wait so long, and I would like to promise that we will work on it. Can we proceed? We are dealing with the minutes now. Can you just mention to the members what we are dealing with before we proceed?
It's the meeting of the 24th of October, Chair.
Okay, 24 October was a virtual meeting. Please proceed to the next page. Page 1. Is this page 2?
Sorry, yes, Chair, it's page 2, this one.
Okay, page 2.
It was a short meeting.
Page 3.
It was a short meeting, Chair.
Yes, it was a short meeting, very short meeting. Just go to apologies. Honorable Khabo, see your hand.
Chairperson, thank you very much. I can confirm that I was not part of the meeting, therefore I'll not be able to move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. Please unmute. Oh. Proceed, Honorable Nkosi.
No, Chairperson, I'm accepting that the minutes are true reflection of what we have discussed. Thank you.
Any seconder?
Chairperson, Honorable Makhato, I'm seconding.
Thank you. Let's go to the next date.
Can I ask a question, Chair?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get at that time, Honorable Mokhato was an alternate. So it doesn't affect on the seconding then. Now.
Let's go back to the minutes.
Yes, it does, Chair. I was going to raise the question that
Let's
Chair,
go
that
back
Mama
to it.
Khato was
Thank you for
the
that, Honorable Mutambi.
I second, I then second then because I was in a meeting at the time. I was full time.
Wakker. Awake. Please take note that Honorable Mutambi seconded. Can we proceed with the next minutes? 28, and that meeting was? Proceed. Slowly. Proceed. Members, feel free to stop if there is or was an issue that you would like to raise. Proceed. Is that the last page? Is there a proposal?
So on that, if we go down there on the resolutions before that, can she go down before adjournment? Yeah, here on the matters. You see, that's why it's in line with what Honorable Mutete was saying. If you look at item 1, there should be, now that we are considering them, there should be a matter arising. Members raise concern about the minister's absenteeism, which will be communicated by the chairperson of the National Assembly. So the issue that I'm trying to propose is the resolution register, because now the same thing today happened. You see, Chair, I'm bringing it because it has been there. So that's why I think that a proposal by Honorable Mutete again come to the picture also to deal with that, to say we wouldn't have been where we are today if this has been it's a matter arising. Maybe the question that also come, how are we going to deal with the matters arising for all these minutes that we're adopting? Are the matters that are now put in the new program that we've just attended to? But I will move for the proposal for the adoption under the circumstances that will clean up these outstanding issues, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Tabi, but I can assure the members that, and Jabu must help me, correct me, we wrote, or myself wrote a letter, myself to the minister as well. And I had a personal visit with the chair on this particular issue. Honorable Nkosi.
No, thank you very much, Chair. I second Honorable Mtambi with the additions or corrections that he has just made now. Thank you very much, Chair.
Honorable Mtetwa.
It was not corrections, Chair. It was observation. We're noting.
Okay, those are the observations. Thanks, Honorable Mtetwa.
Yes, I want to further say that also there was a resolution on noting the matters arising and documenting them separately so that we are able to follow. There was a resolution taken on that, and I think, yeah, it is what we need to take to the strat plan and say, how do we deal with it? Thanks, Chair.
Thanks for that. I remember Honorable Khabo has mentioned that. Okay, let's go for the next one.
Is it visible, Chair? 4th of November.
1st of November. You can go up. Or is it down? Go down. This was on the museums.
The Robben Island.
Yes, Chair, Robben Island Museum.
Oh, yeah. Go. But Robben Island is a museum. A proposal and seconder. Was Honorable Daniels not in this meeting? I see he's been registered as absent.
Chairperson, sometimes also when I raise issues and I feel as if I'm absent, so I don't know, there's some synergy there, Chair.
For this one, he was upset.
Please proceed. Is there Honorable Khabo?
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. It's unfortunate that Honorable Daniels cannot say anything on this matter. As a person who was present, Chairperson, I stand to propose and accept the minutes as a true reflection of our engagements. Thank you.
There's a proposal, was a very interesting and a very nice meeting. And the seconder, I remember some of the members even go for a personal visit.
I second, Honorable Chair, Iskosi.
Please proceed. Second. Thank you.
It's Honorable Nkosi, I'm seconding.
Thank you, noted. Let's go to the second. Is it the 2nd of December?
No, Chair, it's on the 11th. We're going to the 11th.
of November.
I'm just putting it up.
While she's putting up, ne? Chair?
Yes, please proceed, Honorable Tambi.
Yeah, isn't that while she's putting up just for the sake of record, now that Mlotsane is away, I can vote and propose. I wanted Jabu to confirm that.
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Mutambi, because she's not in the meeting.
Just being cautious, Chair. Cautious, Chair.
I can see it. Like it.
I woken up today.
Are the minutes visible, Chair, of the 11th of
Yes,
November?
just go a little bit up. Just go up. I want to see there. I actually want to ask a naughty question, but let me not do it. Okay, let's go. Where's Honorable Koban?
He did indicate he has a meeting, Chair, that he will attend and
But
then come
today
back.
he apologized, Chair, through you.
You're saying?
He did apologize, Chair, at the beginning of the meeting that he will have to go to another meeting and come back, Chair.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend, anyone else. But that's a proposal. Seconder.
Eugene Mteta, Chair, I propose that Mr. Honorable Daniels can propose. He was present in this meeting. I'll give it.
Honorable
I don't know
Daniels.
who's the chairperson of this meeting anymore.
Honorable Daniels, are you seconding?
I heard there's a third also chair earlier on in the meeting that some honorable member thirded something. I was waiting for the third. I'll second chairperson. Thank you so much. Under duress.
The next one.
Chair, the proposal, Mr. Mteta didn't propose, Chair.
Tetua proposed Daniels.
Okay, for the record, I propose the second adoption of the meeting.
Implementation of the Gebodo. Go for the pages, and I want us to park a little bit on the resolutions. Should we say there's this outstanding issue there, number 2?
Yes, Chairperson, we're still going to schedule that meeting.
Yeah,
For this term, we've put in the
let that
Morale.
also follow on the issues mentioned by the with the draft. But I know we did have a closed meeting, didn't we?
No, Chair, we haven't had the closed meeting, Chair.
Okay. I was just unsure. That's why I want us to stop here. Okay, just make a note.
There are two closed meetings. The committee requested on the forensic reports was the one from the State Theatre and this one from the
Asaru.
And there's still one from Mapogopoko, Springboks. The deal that
Saru.
supposed to go visit Saru and yeah.
Okay. Proposal, seconder.
I propose the adoption of the minutes, Chair.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
I second, Honorable Chair, it's Kosi.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. Next minutes. There comes someone's favorite.
Can you name and shame, Chair?
If this one, you don't have to ask. There was no one absent. Just go to the apologies. Oh, there was. Okay, let's go to the resolutions. You can go. Members can stop if they want to stop us. The resolutions.
Can we check, Chair, through you,
Yes, please
whether
go for it.
all these things that we requested have been submitted? They were due dates. We are now.
I want us to stop here and I just want to ask Jabu on point 7. And I'm saying this in the light of I can't locate it now. I print it in the light of the letter that has been sent to me by Advocate Pensi Nkakula.
Kakula.
I don't think I.
Can we practice, Chair? Kakula.
There was a very serious letter that I posted on the group pertaining to the fact that entities hide behind the Popia Act. And it has been made clear that when entities receive monies from Parliament, that they are bound to give that information. Now I'm asking the point 7 whether that has been done, because we know and we are aware how arrogant SAFA was to reveal that information, but they are not off the hook yet. The affirmation and confirmation by that letter has really give freeway to members not to stop asking when it comes to issues of that nature. Can you respond to the point 7, please, Jabu?
Yes, Chair. Chairperson, the requested information on that point has not been submitted. Sisolega has been sending reminders via email, and we haven't received the information yet, Chairperson. Maybe she can elaborate further. Thank you.
Yeah, the letter that has been sent to me was pertaining to the information regulator from Pensi, as I've said. The regulator derives its constitutional mandate from Section 14 of the Constitution of the Republic. It stated all the do's and the don'ts of the regulator. But this is what I want to again want on record and inform members. The regulator has noted through various media reports the proceedings of the recent meeting of the Portfolio Committee on Sports, Arts and Culture, at which the South African Football Association, SAFA, appeared. The regulator is aware of the purported responses provided by SAFA as responsible party, in which reliance was placed on certain provisions of POPIA in response to the questions raised by the committee. While the regulator does not intend to address every matter raised before the committee in this relation, it is necessary to provide clarity in relation to the correct legal position regarding the applicability of the POPIA parliamentary oversight process. They wish to register its concern regarding a growing trend among certain public and private bodies that increasingly invoke POPIA as a basis to withhold information or deflect accountability when called upon to the account. This practice is inappropriate and inconsistent with the constitutional architecture governing transparency, oversight, and public accountability. So it is clear that we have to always have this letter, and when we ask these questions, we should not allow that in this particular case, SAFA gets off the hook. So when they come again, we should ask these questions and force them to respond to the nation. Go to the next page. So are we get clarity on point 7?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Proposal seconder. Honorable Kabo.
Chairperson, I stand to move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We had a good meeting that day, Honorable Kabo. Seconder, Honorable Detwa.
I second the adoption of the meeting, Chair.
Thank you. Let's go to the next minutes. What is it now? The second last minute.
We've got the 21st, Chair, the 28th, and the 2nd.
Resolutions. Are we happy everything received? You see, honorable members, when it comes to issues of this nature, just stop. I'm gonna pick a box. Provide turnaround strategy addressing governance challenges and audit weakness. If an entity provide that, I think as a result of their responses, members of this portfolio committee must have the right, or rather the opportunity, to make recommendations to Parliament on some of these resolutions if we are not happy. So we need to find during our strat plan also a way, how are we going to deal with issues of this nature. Take for instance number 3, NAC to submit formal communication to staff regarding placement of 2 staff and special leave following investigator appointment. We can make a recommendation to Parliament so that we can prevent, the repetitive nature of some of these things. Last page. Honorable Kabo. Honorable Kabo, unmute.
Sorry, Chairperson, I was struggling off unmuting. I wanted to stand and approve the minutes as they are, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any seconder?
I second, Chair, the
Thank
adoption
you,
of the
Honorable
minutes.
Tetwa. Just go to the apologies. There was quite a number of members absent in this meeting.
Mr. Mtetwa, Mr. Khabo was not in the meeting, Chair.
He was in the meeting. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
No, he was not in the meeting, Chair.
No, there's apologies.
So he can't propose.
He
can't
was in.
propose.
No, there's apologies. There's the members that was absent. Honorable Khabo was in the meeting.
Chairperson, I was
Why-
part of that's maybe
Why is he not recorded as present then, Chair?
Chairperson, I remember I was part of the meeting, but for purpose, Chairperson, I'm saying I remember I was part of the meeting, but for purpose of progress, let me then withdraw because I'm not even part of the apologies, but I remember I was part of the meeting. Thank you very much.
I will have to just double check, Chair, then just correct that on Mr. Khabo's behalf, Chair. Apologies for the...
Okay. Honorable Mataung, I see you were in this meeting. Is this a correct presentation of what happened?
Same with Honorable Daniel, Chair.
Yeah, he was also in this meeting.
For the purpose of progress, Chair, let me therefore propose the adoption of the minutes in the midst of the withdrawal by Mr. Honorable Khab.
Thank you so much for that. Appreciate. Let's go for the next one. How many minutes left?
There must be a second.
We need a second, Chair.
Who seconded, Chair?
Oh, I thought someone second. My apologies. Who second? Honorable Mataung said his mic is not opening. Any second?
It means he's seconding. Let's see the new message.
Second.
No, you seconded.
Okay,
Oh, you seconded, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, members.
Is there still left? How many left? Two.
This is the last one, Chair.
Oh, this is the last one. Which report was this?
SASCOC, Chair.
And that's why Honorable Khabo was in, Chair. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you check whether they have complied with all this that they said they are going to submit by 12 December? Did we get something?
Let's go to the resolutions.
Councillor So, kindly remind me, Chair, because I'm not sure of SASCOC, the request emanating from this meeting.
You see, there is invite sport MECs from all 9 provinces. The issue that we discussed earlier on.
The submission of the credit card statements for the past 3 years, the breakdown of salaries.
That has been done because the result was the investigation.
Chair So has indicated that they submitted. I think there's something wrong with the mic, Chair. She says that they've submitted on the 30th of January.
Yes, I'm also aware that they submitted, and I've
only
seen,
30th of January.
Honorable Mtambi?
It's only submission is only 30th of January, Chair, the way I hear it.
Which one?
The issue that I'm raising, 6 and 7, 7 and 8.
7 and 8 was 12 January, I think, the submission date.
I think Mamutambi is indicating
the
that
statements was submitted. We discussed it, and that followed the investigation.
Chair, I think Mamutambi is saying that the submission date was 12 December and they only submitted the 30th of January instead of them submitting when the committee...
That's what I'm trying to say. They submitted a month later, Chair. That's my
argument. Where is it? I can't see that.
Chair,
in the minutes.
It's at the end, due date here.
There's there are dates there. Due date, Chair.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is the issue that I wanted to seriously raise. So at some point, we are taken for granted. unless we start to crack a whip.
Yeah, but
And
I can assure members that the professional staff members, if there's a due date, they are writing and writing. I just observe and say nothing. They write to all entities. Time has expired. Up until I intervene. But this one,
yeah,
I
we
can't, I
appreciate.
couldn't recall, and I don't know what was the reason for that late submission. Honorable Mtetwa?
Thank you, Chair. It also takes us back to what I once said about us having a flow chart, what we call the map flow chart, which will be part of our strat plan that we must discuss. That there is a commitment to deliver certain things by this time. And the flowchart will then indicate that it was this date when we had a meeting and you committed to deliver by then. And there was a follow-up by the committee. It will also reflect that there was a follow-up by the secretariat. How many times? And then it will end up going into the red color where there is no response whatsoever. I think that will help us a lot to then to say, what do we do when it gets to red? Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Teta. That's noted. And also to make a proper follow-up on all these. Honorable Mutambi?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair, for that. Because you see, we had asked for credit card statements for the past 3 years. The issue of forensic, we hear, and then they're saying that, and we appreciate the good work that the committee staff, they are very professional. We're very appreciative of that because they also copy us the follow-up. But the issue here, Chair, it's when we've asked for things and they're not submitted on time. It's two things. It's either we are taken for granted or such documents are not there. They're in the process of busy manufacturing them. So this is the matter that next time when we reconvene, we need to seriously impress them to say they must take us serious, these entities, especially this one called SASCOC. It's an umbrella body. And then it's an umbrella body for all these other sporting codes. And then unless we start to deal with their governance issue very seriously, Chair, they will always take us for granted. That's the point I wanted to bring in. And I'm glad Honorable Mtaung is clapping hands away. You cannot speak. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you so much. It makes 100% sense, and I fully agree. It will also help when we do this hour before we approve this, and when the entity appears, we will mention it and put it on record that listen, we have appealed to you, you've been late, and ask them to explain and reprimand them in that meeting, because after this, there's no one and nothing to reprimand. Can we get a proposal and a seconder?
And then the Secretary Chair, can I propose?
Thank you. There's a proposal, Honorable Mtambi. Is there a seconder for this meeting?
Then second, Chair.
Honorable Mtetwa, thank you for that. I see there's no one. There was no one absent in this particular meeting. Members, with that said, I again want to thank everyone for being present in this meeting. I just want to remind members now, especially Honorable Khabu, Honorable Daniels, Honorable Potgieter, I think, and who was there, who have participated in the draft program. Please send those proposals in, but we also want to do justice to the program pertaining to both arts and culture. So what we will then suggest is that we are only going to replace, if there is a proposal for someone on arts, we will take out a arts on the current draft program.
Chair,
If there's
my
a program
deepest
for
apologies,
sports,
Chairperson.
you say?
My deepest apologies, Chair. We have not adopted the minutes of the 28th of November. We missed that one.
Okay,
28th November.
just keep it up. We'll get there now. So if there's a program of sports and there is a proposal perhaps to see SAFA, we will take out a sports program and then replace it with SAFA to do justice to the program and to the entity so that everyone get a fair chance when it comes to reporting and also oversight and visits. Also take note of a possible budget for the planning session that we supposed to have. The 28th of November. Please proceed, Jabu. This was also a wonderful meeting. This was a very good meeting. It was a pity that we could also not have this meeting in person. And they were very, very thankful. It was scheduled in person, but we couldn't. Has these targets been met?
That's progressive. Che.
Yeah, that's
You
really
do more with
progressive.
less. More with less.
Yeah, and that is what I like. These are actually going to become the recommendations to Parliament, and that is how we should endeavor to represent these practitioners, these entities, and these federations and whatever bodies. We should really stood by them because this is monies, millions being paid out by by government to these entities. Honorable Mtetwa.
I propose adoption of the minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Mtetwa. Seconded.
I second, Chair. I do second.
You've
Mutambi.
been in this meeting, Honorable Mutambi.
I was.
Great. Honorable members, I now declare this meeting adjourned. And again, thank you for your presence. See you sometime next week. And don't forget, it is SONA Thursday. With that said, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.